Tansei. Do you know what that means? No. That means hello in Cree. Can you say Tansei back? Tansei back. Tansei. Well, it's so nice to meet you all. I was invited here today to tell you some First Nation stories, and I'm a storyteller. But before I tell you a little bit about my stories, I have to tell you what happened to me today. Today, do you like to go to Tim Hortons? Yeah. Well, I stopped there really quickly for lunch. And I decided I wanted an egg salad sandwich, a chocolate-covered donut, and a coffee. So I went to Tim Hortons for lunch. There was a big line up, and I stood in line, and I got my lunch. Then I went and I sat down at the table and took off my jacket and my poncho and put it down. And then I was about to eat, and I remembered something, because I have to touch my sandwiches with my hands. What's important that I forgot to do? That's right, I have to wash my hands. So I went to the bathroom to wash my hands, and it's really important when you're washing your hands to get a lot of soap on your hands and say the ABCs so they're nice and clean. So after I did that, I went back out to go and have my lunch, and I walked towards my table, and then I had to stop because I couldn't believe what I was seeing. Somebody was sitting in my spot eating my lunch. Yeah! So I kind of stood for a minute. I thought I was pretty sure that was my lunch, and I looked around. Sure enough, I saw my poncho and my jacket draped over the chair across. So I stood there for a minute, and they were eating my sandwich, drinking my coffee, even took a bite of my donut. What? Yeah! So I'm not a rude person, and I didn't know what to say. I was a little embarrassed even. So I said, excuse me, but I believe that's my lunch you're eating. Then the person eating my lunch jumped up, grabbed my sandwich and my coffee, and ran right out of Tim Hortons, leaving me my donut with one bite in it. So, and I had to look at the time, and I knew I had to be here at St. Timothy's to storytell. So I didn't even get a lunch. So I was going to go back and order some more lunch and tell them at Tim Hortons what happened to me. But I looked, and there was a really big line, and the time was running closer for me to have to come to St. Timothy's. So I decided, well, I might as well just go. I can grab something to eat later. So I went to grab my coat and my poncho, and I looked down. And the person who was eating my lunch, he must have had a bag. And he left it sitting on the chair beside the chair he was sitting in. So I picked up the bag and I looked inside. Do you know what was inside that bag? Do you want to know what was inside that bag? Well, I couldn't believe it. Any guesses to what was inside that bag?
Your donut and your sandwich and your coffee.
My donut, my sandwich, and my coffee? I wish. Food. Pretty close. My donut. One more.
Coffee?
My coffee. Well, it wasn't my donut, it wasn't my coffee, and it wasn't my sandwich. I wish it was. When I opened that bag and I looked inside, I couldn't believe my eyes. What I saw inside that bag was a great big piece of bologna. Yep. Just like the story I just told you.